Hello everybody, welcome to the November card class. I'm a little late this month because I had some minor surgery and then my mom was in the hospital as well, so life's been a little crazy, but I think I'm coming out of the fog. But forgive me if I stumble a bit. We did have in-person class yesterday, but I need to get these videos out and posted for those of you that like to watch the videos. Anyways, I fell in love with this beautiful designer series paper from the mini catalog. It's called Seasons of Elegance, Season of Elegance, and it's got beautiful colors for Christmas and of course lots of gold accents. And of course whenever you have the metallics in a paper, it's more expensive than the regular paper. So I came up with a few ideas to make the most of your beautiful paper. And the nice thing about these templates is you can use these designs with any paper, any occasion, and so they're great to keep in your repertoire. So the PDFs are posted here in our private group. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll have to connect with me to get into the group that's for my customers and team members. And so let's get started with the first one. Is going to be our technique card this month. So this is the weaving technique, and this of course you can do in all sorts of different variations. I have 3 verticals and 3 horizontals, and the verticals are different, kind of staggered, and then the horizontals are straight. Mine are 1/2 inch. You can do whatever different widths of your strips. You can do different numbers. You could add extra ones and put them a little closer together and do 5 and 5. I like odd numbers, of course, but whatever you will like, this is a great technique to have in your repertoire of techniques and stamping projects. All right, so I've got my little strips collected here, and then my outside piece for my panel. And I would recommend before you start gluing anything down to, of course, do your stamping first, because the way I'm feeling today, I am very likely to do it crooked, and then I at least have a second chance on the other side. And I'm just going to put Joy and Love to You right at the very bottom of my panel here, and it's a little crooked, but not too bad. I can live with that. So we will get started here. All right, so what the stamps I'm using for all 3 of the cards are from the Peaceful Season stamp set. There are dies that go with it that you can get as well. Let me show you the dies real quick. So lots of little label dies. And then we will be using this Christmas die and this little label die on one of the other cards. But the reason I was drawn to this one is not only are there just wonderful and many wonderful sentiments here, but there's 3 that are perfect for insides of cards. So we'll be using all 3 of those today on our 3 cards. All right, so we've got my little strips here. And this is not my usual time, so if you happen to be watching live, say hello, although I don't know if I can see anybody right now. My eyes are still a little foggy here. All right, so I'm just kind of laying these out just to get a feel for how I want to do it. And then we'll start with the gluing. I guess that'll work. So I'm going to start with my vertical strips. And what I did, and there may be other ways to do this, but I found that this worked for me, was to put a glob of glue right at the very top of each strip. And then I am staggering them, making each one a little higher. You could make them even if you like, change the directions, however you want to do it. This is a very versatile technique. And the nice thing about putting a blob of glue is you can kind of adjust the pieces as you go. Of course, then you have to be careful that they don't move once you figured out exactly where you want them. But all right, then what I did was put a little strip there to start my weaving. And you can look at the sample here or the picture on the PDF to see how I did the weaving, but it's just pretty simple here. Okay, that one popped up, but that's all right because it's still a little, the glue is still a little wet there. Just move that in there, kind of situate it. And the nice thing about using small bits of glue is you don't get glue all over your fingers, but it's okay if you do. All right, I'll do the white one next. Actually, this is Basic Beige, which I love this new color. So We'll do the next one the opposite way. Weave it in there. Gently lift that piece up and put that one. You can see I did get a little bit of glue there, so we'll scoop that up with my finger, and I'll have my adhesive remover handy if I need to unstick that later after it dries. Okay, one more piece here, and this one's going to go under the first one and then over and then under again. And that one went crooked again, but that's all right. We can straighten it up. Okay, so I have my 3 horizontals on there, and now I'm just going to grab my glue and lift up the bottoms of each of the vertical strips and get those glued down. And then we'll be good to go with that front panel. If I had time, I'd probably let this sit a little bit just to let all the glue dry and make sure it doesn't shift on me, but now I can just put this piece right on my card base. So I'm using some dark colors to match the designer paper, so I also stamped an inside piece in the basic beige cardstock so it's easier to see. It's always nicer when you're using a dark card base to have an inside panel like this. So only one more thing to do, and that's to add the bling. So I chose 2 to, this one kind of goes along with the Seasons Elegance because it has the gold accents. They're called gold textured adhesive back dots, but they're very, very thick. I mean, they're nice for hand delivery, and I think you could mail them if you put cardstock over top of it so they're not so bumpy. But I love these that are in the online exclusives. They're called Pecan Pie and Clear ribboned adhesive back dots, and they have a very, very low profile, so they are great for mailing. I still usually put a little something over top, but I just don't get as nervous with mailing these when they have a lower profile. So those are my favorite types of embellishments. So we'll just stick a few of those on there to add a little interest. There's 2 sizes and then 2 colors of those dots. 1, 2, 1 more, 3. Okay, and we're done. So not too shabby to put that together really quickly with some strips, and saves a lot of paper. And I have 2 more projects to show you with the same paper, and I will be back in just a minute with the next one.